Heard a story about a fella. He was in the store and he was looking to buy a present for his wife for her birthday. While he was in the store, he heard over the loudspeaker a hot deal special, kind of like the old Kmart blue light special. I'm kind of dating myself a little bit. But so the announcement went over, and he went over to this department, and he wanted to get one of these items for his wife, but there was just women all around and trying to reach and grab for this special item in this bin, and he kind of stood back. He was trying to work his way in, but had no success. And after a minute or two, he finally just dove through, barged through, and reached forward to the front of the line. And one lady, as he was doing that, said, "Why don't you act like a gentleman?" At which he responded, "I tried that. It didn't work. Now I'm going to act like a lady." Well, no offense, just a joke there, ladies. But I want to talk about patience today. Here in 2 Corinthians chapter 6, and we've been looking in 2 Corinthians 6 at this list of things that Paul has given, that he says, "Give no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed, but as ministers of God," he says, "we're to approve ourselves in much patience, afflictions, necessities, distresses, stripes, imprisonments." We've been going through this list that he gives us, these things and situations by which we are supposed to prove ourselves as worthy as ministers of God, so that the ministry be not blamed. And down in verse number 6 is where we are. Last time we covered there by knowledge. And so we move on to the next word. Verse 6, he says, by long suffering. By long suffering. Now, right away, you probably have things coming to your mind, situations where you have endured much. All right. And that's kind of the idea of long suffering. It means to forbear, to put up with a lot, if you will. But there's more to it than that. The word has the idea also of patience. In other words, not just putting up with, not just grinning and biting gritting your teeth and biting your tongue, so to speak. There's more involved in that. It's not just putting up with it. It's doing it with patience. And we looked a few weeks ago at the word patience. It means to endure with joy. And so we can throw that in there as well, in this whole idea of long suffering. So it's not just, oh, woe is me, I'm enduring, I'm just bearing my cross, and life's so hard. And that's not the idea of forbearance. Forbearance means to endure with joy. And so for your assignment today, I would like for you to just pause for a moment and think, or let God reveal to you an area in your life in which you need some long suffering. That is, you need some patience. All right, I'm going to use that word because, again, that's really what we're talking about here. Not just putting up with, but doing it patiently. And so find an area of your life, and you may write down the name of your husband or wife. I don't know. That's up to you. But don't let them see it if you do that. But anyway, but no, seriously, just take some time. Think of an area of your life where you need patience, a specific area of your life. And then for bonus points for this assignment, find a verse that'll help you in that area of patience. I'm sure there's one somewhere in the Word of God to address what you need specifically in this area of your life, whatever it is that you've written down. So that's your assignment. Write down an area that you need patience, so that you can endure, so that you can be long-suffering, you can forbear under difficult circumstances, and then find a verse that will help you fulfill, indeed, that requirement, as he says here, in order to be approved as a minister of God. And I'll just remind you again, you might be getting tired of hearing this if you've been following us along, but every child of God is called to be a minister of God, to minister, as he says in the previous chapter, the reconciliation of the grace of God. And we're ambassadors for Christ. And so every believer is in full-time ministry when it comes to serving God. And so patience today, endurance, long-suffering is the task and the challenge that I give you for today. So thank you for tuning in. Tune in next time. We're going to cover the very next word, which goes a step further. So we'll see you here Friday back on Ministry Minutes. God bless.